God brings against Moab a raging judgment, to the point where God says no Moabite will ever enter into the assembly of the Lord of Yahweh. That's a pretty big deal. We know that God makes an exception. Later on down the line, well, first, there's some more issues that take place with the Moabites, but we're not going to get into them. But we do see some redemptive acts take place. Later on, we see this young lady who is a faithful woman of God. Her name is Ruth. Most of you know her story. You've read her book. It's a great book, and it's a story based in faith. I mean, that woman clings to God more than most of the Israelites, but she's a Moabite, and that bars her from ever entering into the kingdom of God. But yet God makes a provision for her because of her faithfulness, because of her repentant heart, and her relenting spirit. Not only does she make it into the assembly of God, she becomes the grandmother of a very important person scripturally, King David, which makes her the great far off grandmother of the Messiah, Jesus Christ, a Moabite woman. The grace of God, the love of God, the redemptive aspects of God. The Moabites were what we would call out of reach. They were what we would call, they're non-attainable. You count them out. Yet God made a way for someone who is willing. I bet you some of you in here feel like I'm too far off. God can't save me. Isn't it crazy that we get so prideful we think that we're bigger than God's grace? If you've ever thought that, God will smash you to smithereens in a beautiful way. And he'll pour more grace on you. However deep you think you are, he goes deeper. However empty you feel, he can fill you more. Ruth was what we'd call the deepest and the emptiest of vessels. And God said, full. Not only full, one of the greatest honors a woman could ever be given, to be of the lineage of the Messiah, to give birth to the father of King David, to be of the lineage of Jesus. Nuts. So we see some of the redemptive aspects, but today God is going